What's up, everybody? This is my stock portfolio. I wanted to make this video to kind of show it to you, and then so you guys can have an idea what it's like to just grow a small portfolio um, from a normal person's perspective. Because I got a 9 to 5 job like anybody, and I like investing, so I invest some of the money that I save every month into this portfolio, and I've been doing this for the past 2 to 3 years. And so far, it's doing. I've got it's been pretty fun. It's been a pretty fun journey for me. When I first started investing, it was mostly for dividends, and for the most part, I would pick stocks based on the yield that it did. I didn't do a lot of research, and um, I wouldn't spend a lot of time thinking about should I buy this stock or not. I would just look at the dividend and the 5 to 10 year graph, and if for the most part it was flat or it was going up, and it had a high dividend payout, I would buy it. But over the years, one learns a little more. Once becomes, I guess, for lack of better words, a little bit more sophisticated, and you start to realize that there's a lot more that goes into investing than just the dividend payout. A lot of times I would see a stock like AT&T, for instance, and it would have a high dividend payout, and I would just buy it just because I know AT&T is a company that's here forever, and that it doesn't seem like it's going out of business anytime soon, and it also has a really nice dividend payout, so I would just buy it because of it. And while a company like AT&T won't necessarily lose all your money, it also will make you a lot of money. Yes, you'll get a nice dividend payout every 3 months, but you is the opportunity cost that you have to think about when you make investments on something like AT&T, whereas as opposed to something like, I don't know, Microsoft, that has a lower payout, but it's a much better company. So this is my portfolio, and for the past 3 or 4 years, I have been investing, and so far, um, I've had a lot of fun with it. I don't think I have the best performance. I don't think that I will be richer than anybody doing what I do, but I do think that overall, and in the next few years, I will be able to become wealthier than I would be if I otherwise were invested. I also invest this way because I just enjoy doing research into stocks and then buying companies that I like their products and that I use on a daily basis. Most of the stocks that I invest in this portfolio do happen to pay a dividend, but that's only because a lot of the companies that they do pay dividends, they're also great companies. They're great businesses, like Warren Buffett says. They provide great services that we love to use on a daily basis, and that make our society a better place to live. And that's why also I invest in them. I also have a few growth stocks that I didn't buy at the best time ever, and you can see. But nevertheless, I do think that going forward in the future, I will be in a much better place by owning them. This portfolio, for the most part, is a long term. It's for a long term, right? I don't invest for the short term. I don't really do a lot of purchases for to thinking that I'm gonna sell in the next few months. I usually buy a company and I want to hold it for a long time, which is why I try to buy really good, solid companies and well established. I don't feel very comfortable investing on smaller companies or companies that do not have a proven track record. Now, here are some of the stocks I invest on. Well, these are the stocks that I invest on. Actually, I don't. I have this portfolio, and then I have a TSP, a retirement account from my job. But this is the one that I can control. And some of the stocks that I invest are Microsoft, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, Starbucks, Costco, American Express, Union Pacific, Home Depot, Kroger, VTI, which is not a stock, but it's just an index fund. Well, it's an ETF that tracks all the stocks in our economy. JP Morgan, Disney, and some of the growth stocks that I own are QQQ, which is another ETF, Netflix, Google, and Amazon. um, for the most part, this portfolio, my goal with it is to grow it to, I don't know, as much as I can grow it. I try to invest here whenever whenever I see a good deal happening. As you can see, not every company it's a winner. I got a company like Disney, which I am down a lot. Um, my my cost average is about $123, and the price is 91. So I'm down quite a bit on it. Now I do like Disney, and I don't think Disney's going away anytime soon. I think this is going through a rough patch, and I think if anything, this would be a great time to invest. Now I don't recommend anybody to invest based on what I say. I think people should invest based on their own research and their own opinion. But um, I do think that Disney is a great company, and I own it, and I don't think I'm gonna sell it anytime soon. Now I could sell it, but I just don't see myself selling it just because I think the company owns a lot of great things, a lot of great properties that could be used in the future to make them a lot of money. And once management gets the company going in the right direction, I think Disney is gonna be great again. So this portfolio, right? Some of the things I love about this portfolio, it's some of the things I like about investing is the dividends that all these companies pay. If I go here, I can see that I've had almost $1,500 worth of dividends earned in the past 2 or 3 years. I think I started investing about 2021 in this portfolio. I took gains for a little while here in around May of 2022, just because I had some debt that I had to pay off, and my portfolio was doing pretty good then. But I feel like the debt was, it was imperative that I pay the debt because it was a high interest debt, and at the time I was doing pretty good. So I was able to get rid of all my debt and pretty much become debt free due to my investments. It wasn't a lot of money. It was about $20,000 that I pulled out, but it goes to, you can see based on just, I think my portfolio was about 50 grand, $55,000 at the time, and I think about $30,000 was my own money, and I pretty much put all the gains out, and I was able to pay some of the debt that I have from my day to day to some of the debt and took care of it thanks to my investments. This is some of the reasons why I encourage everybody to try to invest and pick companies that you believe in, and you do your research, and the company seems to be doing good. And there's a lot of tools out there nowadays for you to use when you do your research and to select great companies and not lose your money. At the same time, you don't have to do companies. You can also invest in things like, ETFs. These ETF, even though, you know, I would have been down a little bit based on gains, I'm up thanks to the dividends. They do pay dividends too. So some of these ETFs, like VTI, this is one of my favorites. VTI, it tracks pretty much all the stocks in the economy. You can't go wrong with investing your money in some of these ETFs and just leaving your money there and forgetting about it, and then coming back years later or whenever to see where your money goes. The dividend yield is 1.49, and the inspect ratio is pretty cheap, as you can see. I think this translates to like $30 for every $10,000 or something like that. So it's pretty cheap. And you can't go wrong with putting your money into something like this. Now again, make your own investments, do your own research when you invest. Don't go based on what I say. I'm not a financial advisor by any means. Um, Something nice to see whenever I when it comes to investing and dividends, it's really nice to just look at some of the companies that have owned for a long time. For instance, J.P. Morgan. I was fortunate enough to buy J.P. Morgan a while back, um, when it was pretty low, and um, And now I have pretty good gains on the company, and I also have great dividends payout. So it's very nice to see when your companies do that. As you can see, the reason why it says that I'm red is because I transfer. I had a portfolio transfer from Robinhood, and it kind of reset all my gains. But as you can see, my average cost for this stock is 107, and it is at 143. So my yield is probably about 4%. So it's really nice buying a great company like this at a pretty good discount, and then getting a great yield, and then the company appreciates in price, and it turns your money, it snowball your money into so much more. I plan to make more videos in the future, giving you guys updates and things that I plan to buy, and more reasons why I invest the way I do. This video is just kind of an introduction to my portfolio into YouTube, and to me for YouTube, I guess. We will be making more videos about it. I can break more things into details, why I invest into what I invest, and why I do what I do. For those of you who are getting started with a small portfolio like mine, I want to grow this portfolio, hopefully maybe to $1 million or more, slowly but surely. I work a normal job, and I can only invest so much um, whenever I do invest. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you like this video, just like and subscribe. Thank you.